So today I'm going to show you how you can create a trip on the Trubooker drivers app. So first things first, you want to get into the app. This would be your home page. Now from the home page, you want to click on the plus icon on the bottom right corner. Now you have to fill in this detail: departure location. Where are you going from? Where are you traveling from? Where is your starting point? So very important that you know this. It is very wrong for you to just simply say, for instance, if you're traveling to, we are trying to travel from Abuja to Lagos. So it is very wrong for us to put our departure location as just saying Abuja. And it is also very wrong to put our arrival location as Lagos. This is very vague. You have to be precise. Abuja is very big. Lagos is very big. Where in Abuja are you departing from? Where in Lagos are you also arriving to? So in that case, instead of just saying Abuja, I think I want to be very precise. I'm leaving from Gwarimpa, the Gwarimpa Estate, Abuja, Nigeria. All right. Now the Gwarimpa Estate is quite big, but it kind of narrows down the area from whence I intend to travel, or my departure point. It narrows it down. And then in Lagos, where am I arriving at? There are different areas in Lagos, different localities. You have to be precise. Let's say I want to arrive at Lekki Phase 1. So that is very specific. Now, what date am I trying to go? Now here, this is one of the reasons why the Trubooker app is very, very innovative and so ahead of its time, because the Trubooker app allows you, as the driver, to book a trip 1 hour, 1 hour away. You can book a trip for 1 day away. You can book a trip for like a week in advance. You can book a trip for a month in advance. You can book a trip for 2 months in advance, as much and as flexible as it goes. So in this case, we're in November, but I like to book this trip for the 1st of December. And then for the time, now, very important also to understand that this time setup is a 24-hour clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, they are all AMs. They are all morning times. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 are all PM. So if you are leaving in the morning, you will pick a time from 1 to 12. If you are leaving or arriving in the evening, you pick a time from 13 to 23. So in this case, we are leaving Abuja in the morning. We would like to leave as early as 7 a.m. So we have to pick 7 a.m. So this is 7 a.m. Select vehicle. This is the vehicle that we had earlier registered with when completing our KYC. So now we go next. Now they're asking for the trip price. This is one of the places where I'd always recommend that drivers put forth a competitive pricing. Don't be too high and don't be too low. Be competitive. Look out for what other people who drive to Lagos are taking, if that's your route. Whatever route you're taking, try to understand what the people who already take that route are taking and try to be competitive with your price. So in this case now, we're going from Abuja to Lagos. On average, I think some of the buses would take somewhere around 35 to 40,000, depending on what amenities the buses are offering. Some is like AC bus, some they have leg space, like the GIG buses are nicer and things like that. So I'd like to put in, let's say 35,000, just to appear as though I might be cheaper, especially if I'm also giving you some nice amenities as well. Now, this 35,000 applies per passenger. So if I drive a Pontiac Vibe, I can carry, the capacity of my vehicle is 4 passengers. I can carry 4 people in my car all the way to Lagos. Each of them has to pay me 35,000. The totality of everything comes around 140,000. Then Trubooker takes its 7%, and 7% of 140,000 is around, I believe, 9,800. As little as that. So you get to keep the remaining 130 something thousand. Now coming to luggage size. You have to understand, there's a general assumption that every single customer will come with one big box as their luggage, the biggest size in the set of traveling boxes. This is the presumption. Now that particular box ranges from around 30 kg all the way to 50 something kg, depending on how much things are inside the box. So on average, also, you have to consider your vehicle. You have to consider the strength of your shock absorber. If it's that good to carry things like this, you can bring the luggage as low as 10, just to imply that I don't want anybody to carry such a big luggage. If your vehicle is big, you can go as high as 50 to say, okay, it's okay if all my passengers come with their biggest boxes, but just the one. In case there are people who want to carry extra luggages, then you can say, I'm going to charge you extra per luggage. So for every luggage they bring, there's an extra from what you had allowed them to bring ordinarily. Let's say we can charge them 5,000. It could be anything. You could even decide, I'll charge you 8,000 if you bring anything other than the allowed size of luggage. Now let's come to vehicle features. What are the things that your vehicle offers? Does it have AC? In my case, I do have an AC. Does it have a Wi-Fi? You can create a Wi-Fi if you want. Just turn on your hotspot and let your passengers connect to it. Maybe recharge like 2 GB, and just for the remainder of the trip, your passenger can just use whatever you give to them. You could decide to do that. Again, it's optional. I'm thinking I want to do that. USB charging, I think I have that. I don't have neck pillow. I don't have onboard refreshment. Bluetooth connectivity is optional as well. In this case, I could decide, yes, passengers could use my Bluetooth to play music or not. I like to also think I have that. Extra legroom, I don't think I have that. So we go next. Bus stop. This bus stop refers to bus stops at the destination state. Please be very, very attentive to this. If you're going from Abuja to Lagos, a bus stop is not Ibadan, no. The bus stop must be inside Lagos. For instance, in Lagos, we have bus stop like the Ojota. And then you have to pick around what time do you think you will be in Ojota. The journey from Abuja to Lagos will take you roughly around 12 to 13 hours. So maybe if you leave by 7, maybe somewhere around 8, you may be in Ojota. Now 8 is PM, so that's why we went with 20. And you definitely have to click on add stop, otherwise it doesn't recognize it as part of your trip. You have to click on add stop. Now you can add as many stops and as many bus stops as you want. Alright, again, this is very, very optional. Next, we're going to add Oyimbo as another bus stop, just for the sake of it. You can add as many stops as you want. Alright? Next, the date for the closing of the booking. As you create your trip, your trip becomes available to the passenger for as long as possible until you have set a date or a time whence your trip no longer becomes available to the passenger. And ideally, it makes sense that your trip no longer becomes available to passenger under two circumstances. Number one, if it is fully booked, automatically the system makes it non-visible to passengers. And number two, let's say you simply want two persons in your vehicle, or you want every booking to end by a certain time. Now, this is what this is about. My date for departure is 1st of December. So, and I'm also departing from at 7 a.m. I wish to close my booking at, let's say, an hour before my departure. So at 6 a.m. I want all booking to close. My trip will no longer become visible to passengers. This allows me time to vet the passengers, call them, communicate with them, understand where they are, how we can meet up, and then go from there. This is also very important. Then we go next. Next, you see the summary of everything you've created. You see everything that you've created. You go through it to make sure that everything is in order. After you've done this, you simply click on Create Trip. And that's it. Your trip is created. Now it's visible to passengers. You can view trip here, and it takes you straight to this booking page. Where what you want to do here is click on Upcoming. You see your trip that is you've created and is now visible to passengers, but you are yet to take it. The moment you start taking that trip, it becomes an active trip. It comes to this column. But for now, it's an upcoming trip. And if you click on it, by the way, you can also find passengers who have registered or rather booked your trip. You will find them on this column. Their information is going to show on this column. All right. Now, something else I want to show you very quickly. You can also book for a return trip from Lagos. Even though it is 1 month ahead, you can literally book for a return trip from Lagos. This is also why the Trubooker app is very, very innovative. Because even before you take the first trip, you are already planning for a return trip. So passengers in Lagos who want to come down to Abuja from that particular date can decide, you know what, I think I want to join this person. So it allows passengers time to see your trip and decide appropriately or accordingly. So when coming back, we decide that we're going to come back on the 3rd of December. You know, we went to Lagos on the 1st. We're deciding we want to come back on the 3rd. And we also want to leave at 7 a.m. Arrival location would be Gwarimpa Estate in Abuja, Nigeria. Vehicle is the same. Trip price, we could also decide, you know, this time, let's go with 38,000 per person, per passenger. Luggage size, let's go with 40. Charge for extra luggage, we could go with 6,000. Whatever number you choose, you are responsible for it. So think very well and make sure that everything is appropriate before you pick these numbers, before you choose what you are comfortable with. Vehicle features, I'm only going to give you air conditioner. That's it. That's just my decision. And then for bus stop, there are no bus stop. I'm deciding not to add bus stop. There are, of course, bus stop, but as I drive, if a customer decides to stop at certain place, it's okay. I can just stop by, but they already know that my last bus stop is Gwarimpa, and this is the route I'm taking, so they know where to stop and where they feel like they have to get down to reroute their journey. Now, booking the time and the dates to close booking. So booking will close 1 hour before departure. I need you to understand that this is just my choice. You can close booking 12 hours before departure. You can close booking 30 minutes before departure. It's all on you. Next. This is the summary of the trip, and then that's it. All you have to do now is click on Create Trip. Now you can see the 2 trips under the upcoming page. The first one is going from Abuja Gwarimpa Estate to Lekki Phase 1, and it's going on the 1st of December. The second one is coming back from Lekki Phase 1 down to Gwarimpa Estate on the 3rd of December. I can continue to book as many trips as possible at different dates and at different times. So I hope you've understood how to create trip with this little